Good morning, folks. Today is April 24th, and it's the Friday of working on Harry Potter week. And today we are going to be doing a drawing by I did a request out on Instagram for what I should do to finish up the week of Harry Potter week, and I've decided to do Hagrid on his motorcycle. So we're going to get into this right now. First thing that we're going to do, we're going to be using this whole space here. We're using a 4B pencil by the General Pencil Company. We're going to be using a Holly Polymer eraser by Pentel, a kneaded eraser by Prismacolor, and my good old-fashioned and trusty reliable Snoopy hand sharpener. So we're going to get started here using this whole space. We're going to be using this in particular to draw Hagrid on his classic vintage motorcycle with sidecar on the left-hand side, if I remember right. Yeah. So we're going to be doing Hagrid right here. So I'm going to draw a circle, kind of a elongated circle for his head, just here. And I'm going to kind of block in his body, figure out where that's going to go, as well as where the motorcycle is going to go. I'm going to put one fist there. I'm kind of grabbing the instruments, which is going to be the brake. It's actually, I think that's going to be the clutch. Yeah, the clutch here. He's a big burly man, so we're going to give him kind of that burly look to him as well. Going to make the bike, now he's a very large man, half giant, so we're going to kind of make sure that we're giving that respect to this large dude and make the bike look pretty small in comparison to him, because he's such a large dude, a large bloke. Right. We're not going to draw the whole motorcycle. Going to concentrate on all the stuff that make up who Hagrid is, though. Okay. Kind of pull in shot to show the whole of Hagrid. So circular part here for the headlight of the motorcycle, the struts or shocks, fender for the wheel, tire, reference this and make an ellipse. Okay. Tank. Frame. We're just referencing all this stuff here. I want to make this look kind of over large with his knee here, overcoat kind of coming down. And then we're going to include the sidecar. It's going to come up this high. Handlebars. Just like so. Okay. And I'm going to draw circle here to kind of represent the front and elongate that coming this way. Okay. And you might think, oh, am I going to include Harry Potter? That's something that I pondered, but I don't think I'm going to. Why? Because I want the subject of this not to be Harry. We've gone through this entire week of Harry Potter week without necessarily spending time talking about the Chosen One. Spend more time talking about the ensemble characters, because really, yeah, we like Harry Potter, but do we watch Harry Potter because of Harry Potter? Do we watch it because of that great ensemble? I think we watch it more than just because of Harry Potter. That's just me, though. I don't think that's just me, actually. All right. There we go. So now we're going to go back to, now that we have everything kind of blocked in, we're going to figure out our Hagrid. How are we going to make him? I think we're going to give him a big shoulder. And I'm leaving a lot of space here because the man's got quite an impressive beard. Yeah? I'm going to like that angle right there. Get rid of it. All right, so we're going to go back to Hagrid, and I'm going to make it look as if he's kind of, yeah, I think I'm going to have him kind of putting one leg down, as if he's trying to figure out what his next step is going to be. And I'm going to make his trousers down here. Yeah, I said trousers. Knee. Coat, knee, because I want him to look as if he's oversized and too big for this thing, right? Cuff of his jacket. And on the clutch, etc. Overcoat. Coming down. So this is Hagrid on his motorcycle. Alright, so let's figure out. I want his goggles up here, as if he's pushed them up over his head, right? So that he can have a look-see around. And these are classic goggles with a leather membrane kind of going around it like so. And an elastic strap. To show the leather. See that? And those are going to go on his forehead. All right. I'm going to go back here. Let's draw his eyes. And I've used, again, proportions, making sure that the eyes are about one eye width apart. Okay, so he's looking up, He is of European descent, so we're going to give him some eyelids. Nothing against eyelids. I just don't have them. Being of Asian descent. Okay. Give him some crow's feet. Right? Boom. Smiling eyes. Forehead. Boom. We're going to give him a generous kind of northern UK nose. Just like that. Big generous nose. Big round, cold breathing nose. Now, Hagrid is quite known for that very large beard, right? We're going to give him a big, generous bottom lip, because that's the only thing that's going to pop out when he's smiling. We're going to give him big apple cheeks. Over-exaggerate those cheeks a little bit. We're not going to see his hair, unfortunately, but that's okay. We're going to actually have the wind whipping around him. Yeah. Wind whipping around his beard and his hair. Okay. The one risk if I would take is if I left the beard white and the hair white, then he'd look kind of like hipster Santa, and we don't want that, do we? No. We don't really want that. Hairline. So I'm just extending his beard, figuring out how far. Well, let's make. Hagrid's got quite an impressive beard. Let's give him that. It definitely gives Mr. McCarty a run for his money. That's for sure. Okay. And the hair too as well. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay. So we have Hagrid's face. Long hair blowing in the wind kind of thing. Let's go through now and maybe shade some of this while we have it. And what I'm doing right now, for those of you who've been watching, I am chunking, meaning that I'm not going to just shade everything. I'm going to be strategic in how I shade. Leaving some areas of white and darkening a lot of the values. Sorry I started late, folks, but I had a meeting that I had to attend, and it ran a little bit late. That's okay. I'm going to be chunking the same kind of thing for his beard. And his hair kind of runs into the beard. Michelle. I hope you all had a wonderful week this week. I know I did. Better than last week. They all kind of are running into each other though, aren't they? Oh, hopefully, sometime in the future, we'll be past this. And, it could be worse, guys. I know it's inconvenient right now and it sucks, but let's just put it into perspective where we are right now. Yeah, okay, we can't go to the movies, we don't have sports, that blows. But at least it's not nuclear winter, or zombies attacking, or aliens conquering our world, or Godzilla. Could be worse. I can still go to the store when I need to, grab food. I have internet, which is amazing. So I have thousands and thousands of movies that I can watch. I have a plethora of books. And I can do this. And also listen to my dog go crazy because someone just rang the doorbell. These are the things that make my day go by. And help time pass. Yep. It's the little things. It's the little things. So you can see that I'm also chunking here. And I'm going to include a little bit of curl. There we go. Little wisps of his hair. And there's my lovely wife trying to calm our dog down from having a conniption. So certain areas I'm going to leave white, as in light reflection, and the other areas I'm not. I'm going to darken all this here, because I want to push it back further. And we're almost there with Hagrid. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and shade. So I want to put the light source on the right hand side of Mr. Hagrid. I'm going to shadow all this. Some value shading. I'm going to leave a lot of these searching lines. And I'm just using cross hatching right now. And darkening lines. I'm putting more weight on certain areas to create those heavier marks, to create those details. I want this black leather to kind of stand out. Boom, boom. And there we go. Little reflections. And there we are. A smiling Hagrid. Lots of hair. Tons of hair. Tons of hair. So next thing we're going to do, we're going to move down to the hands. I want these hands to be kind of a focal point. So I'm going to make knuckles here, little references, just circles. That gets smaller as we go down. I'm going to pull down. That's going to be a finger that connects to that knuckle. Okay. Same thing here, and I'm going to have another line coming from this circle and pulling it down. Tucking it under just like so. Same one. Another line. Another line. Okay? So then, from here, I'm going to pull a line from the very end. Pull it across and have it kind of dive in here. And then I'm going to have a line coming up. My handlebar is going to be right here. And this is going to connect down here. This is going to be a mirror. I have another mirror come up here, connecting here to this handlebar, going over. Boom. 2 mirrors. Boom. Boom. Okay. Okay. Now, we're gonna put in all these like little details like the headlight. Okay. Struts. I'm by no means a motorcycle expert, so if you see something that I've done and you're like, that's not the way it is, well, please understand. I'm taking a little bit of artistic license here. So please forgive me. I'm not trying to disrespect motorcycles in any way. So don't take it personal, please. So that's the, I guess, gas tank? Yeah. And the undercarriage. And parts of the motor. All kind of snuggled in there. Ooh, I need to put in another bar here, apparently. Okay. All right. Okay. So it looks like I've smudged a lot. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're gonna put his jacket down this way. Gas tank goes down. Handlebar goes up. His hand is resting on the clutch, like so. I only know that much because my wife used to ride, and I never learned, so she would always tell me, hand in the clutch kind of thing. Brakes on that side, I think, yeah. So we'll put that over there. All right. Got a pretty good sense of our boy Hagrid now. What do you think? Yeah, I think so. Putting in the accoutrement of the moment in time. A little shading, a little more shading. Jacket, 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 jacket. Okay. So yeah, this is the jacket coming down. This is the sidecar. Trousers kind of coming down. Knee. Boom. Yeah, he's kind of setting up and waiting for his next move. And I'm using directional lines here to kind of show the curve of the rubber. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Fun. And then I need to make this connector kind of like right there. I'm gonna kind of force that so I can make it a little bit cooler, so that it's actually more proportional. Okay, that looks better. Now, my goodness. I can't quite remember what time I started. That's probably not a good thing. Because you have to remember, because I don't want to get cut off. Alright. Anyways. We're cruising along here. Alright. It's going to be part of his jacket, the cuffs. Okay, just like so. Jacket coming around, maybe more hair, boom, boom, boom. Darken that. Yeah, that works. He has big old pockets that he puts stuff in, so this is gonna be a pocket. And we're just gonna show just a little side of the sidecar. Maybe he is headed to pick up Harry. Maybe. Maybe he's running another errand for Dumbledore. Who knows? But like I was saying earlier in some comments today with some of the input that I've gotten for today's drawing, maybe I need to do another week of Harry Potter. It seems like once I put out the request for suggestions for today's drawing, I got overwhelmed with ideas. Some really good ones too. Mia's probably really disappointed that I didn't do mandrakes, but sorry, kid. We don't always get what we want. Sorry. We're just gonna go through now and kind of clean things up. Thank you. So the cool thing that I like about lives, and that sometimes I forget, is the interaction. So if I'm not waving at you, I'm really sorry, but I'm also crunched on time, but I acknowledge you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know there's a lot you can do with your time every day, and if you're joining me now, that's cool. Thank you so much for joining me. Some of you pop in, and then have to go. That's fine, too. I appreciate you spending just a small part of your day with me. That's fine. Totally cool. I appreciate every moment that you give, honestly. But I'm just doing this, like with all these lives, I do these to kind of put them out into the universe, and if people interact with them, cool. If they don't, that's okay. I'm kind of competing for your minutes, your time. And time's precious. And there goes my dog again. The joys of owning a dog are infinite and varied, and also sometimes hard to appreciate. I gotta tell you, I don't know how certain people do it, have dogs for multiple years. I love my dog, but man, some dogs. Let me tell you. So we're just gonna darken these values. We're gonna clean these up. Give him some knuckles. And these are little lines that we put. And I'm gonna use value shading to emphasize those knuckles. Boom. I'm also going to use directional lines here to kind of show the volume. The jacket. And weighted lines. We're going to give him, his trousers are going to be darker. Than everything else that's wearing on the bottom. Right? Some We're going to put some shading in the middle of the jacket on the arm here. And I'm just using a distant grip and side of the pencil and then pulling up. Just like that. Same thing over here. Boom. Okay. Darken some of these values for the folds. Okay. Same thing over here. We're going to darken these values as if it's his foot. You're not going to see that though. Darken these values here underneath the engine. Boom. Darker values on the bottom here of the sidecar. And finish these up. Okay. Darker values there. Boom. And we're going to use heavier weight lines to finish this up. Okay. Okay. Looks like we are near the end of this drawing. Okay. Using my little eraser here, I'm gonna pull out some highlights. Finish out the beard on the bottom here. And erase along there. And then clean that up. A shadow. There we go. All right, folks. Thank you very much for joining me this week for Harry Potter Week, if you've been watching all week. Next week probably won't be a Harry Potter week. I'm thinking Studio Ghibli Week is going to be next week. I'm sure a lot of you are excited about that, probably. And then the first week of May is going to be Star Wars Week. But again, sticking with the 5-day kind of formula that I have. So have a great weekend. Be safe, stay home, and have a blessed rest of your day. See you next week. Bye-bye.